size cup.
It beats all the rest.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
For refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
The next show will start in 7 minutes. The next show will start in 6 minutes. While you're relaxing and waiting for the next show to begin, visit our snack bar. The next show will start in 5 minutes. next show will start in 4 minutes.
There's time.
Sure, there's still time to visit our famed snack bar, where we offer a wide variety of good things to eat and drink to top off your evening. Want a suggestion? How about enjoying a treat we're famous for? A refreshing cup of smooth, chocolatey good Jubilee hot chocolate. Such a comforting, special kind of drink, and a favorite with folks of all ages. Hot chocolate goes down real easy this time of night, makes you feel warm and altogether wonderful. Bet you've never tasted hot chocolate quite as good as we make it. Enjoy a cup tonight.
Hot dogs with your favorite trimming for men and boys, girls and women. Dress them up to suit your taste. They're good. So good.
The next show will start in 3 minutes. The next show will start in 2 minutes. The next show will start in 1 minute.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 18 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See? Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar, Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See? Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
About to witness the takeoff of the first manned rocket to outer space. We pick up the count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
We're off to visit the planets. There are treats galore in the stars. Venus is loaded with candy, and ice cream is found upon Mars. The soda pop's fizzing on Saturn. When you're thirsty, it sure hits the spot. And Jupiter's really jumping with popcorn that's buttered and hot. But the best of them all is the planet, where all of these treats are at hand. And that is the spot we now head for, our theater refreshment stand.
Good evening. It's intermission time. And during the next 10 minutes, we invite you to visit our refreshment stand located in the center of the drive-in. Our service is friendly and quick. You'll find hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, your favorite candies, hot and cold beverages, other delicious snacks. So add to your fun of watching the movie. Visit our refreshment stand right now during our 10-minute intermission. We're glad to have you with us tonight. We hope you'll come to see us often. It's great to get out to the movies.
Today, we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anyway.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand.
Come Flavos, the delicious oriental treat that's out of this world for taste-tempting goodness. Light and delicious, full of tender, juicy, fresh shrimp meat. America's favorite shrimp rolls. Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
Hungry? We have it. Kettle from the popper. There are other treats for you, too, such as fresh candies and ice cream. Visit the Refreshment Center now. Enjoy a delicious snack and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
We're now just 1 minute away from the beginning of our next feature. For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon. Please replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
Projectionist, stop the show. Here's great news you ought to know. We've just got a shipment of taste-thrilled treats, all tip-top quality and delicious eats. There are hot dogs and popcorn and candy galore. There's soft drinks and coffee and a whole lot more. So direct your steps to our refreshment stand to enjoy the finest snacks in all the land.
You have 10 minutes till showtime.
You've seen the show. It was quite a treat. But now you'd like something to eat, so right this way to the concession stand serving Castleberry's, the best in the land. Yes, sir. Castleberry's is real southern barbecue. Choice cuts of meat slowly cooked over open pits of smoldering oak coals for honest-to-goodness barbecue flavor. You'll also find hot coffee, cold soft drinks, and delicious ice cream in our snack bar to go with your Castleberry sandwich. Just look at that generous helping of rich, juicy barbecue. Yum, yum. For a real taste thrill, Castleberry's barbecue will fill the...
The next show will start in 9 minutes.
Golden, pure creamery butter, rich, flavorful, satisfying. That's what it takes for the finest buttered popcorn, and that's what we use. See for yourself why there's no Showtime treat to equal the crisp, delicious flavor of hot popcorn that's bathed in real melted butter. It's at the concession stand now.
Now listen, now listen, now listen. I'm the Dairy Queen, won't you come with me along the milkshake way? I've got lots of good surprises, fresh and yummy for you every day. There are malts and shakes and sundaes too, whenever you stop. And of course your very, very favorite, the cone with the curl on top.
You don't have to just dream about Dairy Queen. Your favorite Dairy Queen treat is a refreshing reality at your nearest Dairy Queen store.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
Hey! They're ready, folks.
For refreshment that is great.
If it's early or it's late,
It's Orange Crush, Orange Crush,
the drink that's extra good.
fresh fruit flavor.
That's for me. It tastes better.
Naturally, Orange Crush, get some right away.
Visit our refreshment stand right away for delicious Orange Crush and all kinds of good things to eat.
Oh, the time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
10, 9, 8, 7 minutes to go.
Let's play That's Treat. Da 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 da. Oh, you're it. No, I'm not. Come on. I'm it. 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's treat. 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's treat. 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's treat. That's treat chocolate drink. Oh, that's treat chocolate drink, please. That's treat drink so good.
Check, check, testing, what, fuck it.
Let's do this, huh? What's up, people? Howdy. How's it going? I am here. I am weird. Get used to it. I keep telling my wife. She's like, no. Oh, man. I needed this coffee. I got up and took a leak around 2 a.m. And I'm like, oh, should I just start coffee now? Yeah. Yeah. It's coffee time. And as you can probably hear, it's bong hit time, too. What did you say, Hiram? He's always up early commenting on stuff. If it's 5 here, it's probably 7 where he's at. Probably 7 in Ohio over there, buddy. Let's see, last night I was listening to Vienna, Vienna. I love this record. CD. I call them records. Vienna, Vienna. Hell of a nice guy. Great music. I wish him luck on his career and tour. And once again, Vienna, Vienna, stop by. Shoot me a message, and we'll get you out here and hook you up in a place and show you the sights and all of the sounds and stuff. And it's awesome out here. Lots to see in Joshua Tree. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So, as you could probably tell by reading the marquee, where the hell is, I don't know where it is. It's Monday. Like you need the marquee to tell you that it's Monday. You're all getting up and going to work for the first day of this week, and you're going, yeah, I know it's fucking Monday, dude. It's my Wednesday. Shut up. Totally. So, my desk was just a mess here a couple of minutes ago, but I've had a chance to clean it, and so now I have to turn my desk camera on. I forgot to turn it on. There we go. That's the ticket. Hey, there it is. Now I can switch to my desk camera, and you can see my secrets and my Anacin. I need to take an Anacin. You know what Anacin is? Aspirin. Hey, good morning, Joey. You need an Anacin? What the fuck is an Anacin? You ever heard of Anacin before? What about secrets? You ever heard of secrets? We'll go back to the table. Secrets. These are secrets. Throat lozenges. Right? Now, most people, when I was a kid, when I was younger, they would use the secrets and then take the box and use it for something. I use it for my stoner kit. Roach clip, zigzags, and a pack of matches. It's also enough room in here to roll up a bunch of joints, too, and then take them into the concert with you. Totally. Secrets. Secrets. And I gotta have my chapstick here, of course, too. Let's see what else is on my desk. My yo-yo. My yo-yo is on my desk. My glasses. Let's see. I got an ashtray. And I got a pack of smokes and a pack of matches. Oh, wait, in case I don't have any matches, I got a Bickle, a Zippo. Does this work? Yeah. They go dry quick. I don't know. I have to check the fluid on it like all the time, you know. It's like totally bugging me. You haven't heard of Anacin or secrets, huh? That's not surprising. That's not surprising. I don't know how long Anacin hasn't been around, but what was really cool was these little tins. You know, everything used to come in really cool packages. It wasn't just American craftsmanship. It was it was art, man. I mean, American production was really an art back then. You know, I mean, Anison. It's really fucking cool. Right? That's the stuff. Yeah. Yeah, man. I am here to pump you up and talk about Pink Floyd. Let's see. Let's reach into the old box here. I'll switch cameras here. And the old Monday movie memory box. And today the record we're talking about is Pink Floyd, The Wall. And it is a favorite of mine. Let's go ahead and give you a good view of this. Now, if you haven't listened to this or seen the movie, do it. Do it. Just do it. Just fucking do it. All right? Do it. Just do it. Just do it. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Watch The Wall. Do it. Yeah. And let's see. What else do we have in the old memory box here? Oh. I got a couple of things here. We have Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie, not just on tape, but on Betamax, all right? Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie, the film. Just do it. And then, of course, we have our TV guide for this week, the week of the 14th through the 20th. All right, so that would have started on a Saturday morning, the 14th. So we'll poke around through that this morning as well. No way. Oh, you like that album. That's cool. You know that one. Have you seen the movie? Because the movie is the shit. I remember in 1980, I actually saw the behind-the-scenes making of the movie documentary before I actually saw the film. I had heard the album. My father brought home the album for my brother in 1979 or 80. I think it was 79 because it had just come out. And he brought it home and we listened to the shit out of that. Yeah. Oh, Joey, you'll be happy to know that I have finished my stack of listening that this is going to go into. This is going to go into that pile. And I finished that stack. In fact, I finished that and I listened to Vienna, Vienna. I listened to, which one is that? Harry Styles. The one with the circle on the front. I don't remember the name of that one. Dude, I thought I saw you in the behind the scenes. You were one of the kids marching off into the meat grinder. Totally. Yeah. Really good movie. Let me see. Let me go to the old computer. I'm going to go to the old computer. And I'm going to see what I can see. Alright, let me shrink these guys down. Do a little shrinky-dinky. Oh, he did what to us? What? Yeah, they call him Shrinky-Dinky. Because when it gets cold, man, he looks female. Kill me. People are out there, oh, I'd like to kill. What did he say? Oh, I'd like to kill him. And to all of you out there with no sense of humor, the old raspberry. Oh, that's so good. All right, we are boated. So let's see. Oh man, I did it again. I typed the wrong keyboard. Duh. The wrong keyboard. Duh. Let me switch keyboards here. Then I won't make that mistake anymore. Okay. Live keyboard back. Graphic computer keyboard out. And here we go. Okay. Martin Freccia has the movie plus bonus material. So I'm just going to go to this dude right here. And I am going to add this to a playlist. And that will be... Monday Movie Memories, because that's what we're talking about. Okay. And then what am I going to do? Oh, I am going to share this. Copy this URL. You are a what? You are an L. Oh my God. No way. Ah, yeah. And for those of you who do not have the, I'm going to turn off, there we go. I had to turn off the volume there. Ah, yeah. Okay, there's my comment. And there we go. There is a link, and that is Pink Floyd. Floyd's The Wall. No. Movie. Okay. All right. And just, the album. Buenos Dias. Ah, yeah. Pink Floyd, The Wall, full album, Noah Valdez playlist. Let's take this. It's 26 videos, and they're just videos. So share this playlist, and save this playlist. There we go. Yeah. And the album, The Wall. Okay. There. Okay, I've done my deed for this morning, making sure that you can all find this content here on YouTube, because that's where we're at. That's what we do. We explore YouTube. Yeah, baby. So I created a new commercial for the week. It used to be about 90 seconds long, my commercial for the week. And it was just a little tube TV dancing around. And then I'd show you 5 cards of what was happening this week and a little foo-foo stuff, right? With some cool music. So now we've got What's Going On in the Morning, which is like 3 minutes long. I've also decided to put together a trailer promo to show you what movies is happening this week. Plus a little TV spot for the Minecrafting. And to let you know that we got a Grateful Dead show coming up Thursday. That's going to be available to view and listen to and hang out and just go, whoa, dude. I can see the music, man. I can hear colors, dude. I can hear colors, man. No, really. Breaking a little. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Yeah. That's it. That's what the morning is all about. Hot coffee, cool bong hits, great company, conversation, some great stimuli, you know, like music or movies or something, you know. So I'm going to warm up my coffee here. And then before we get into the wall, which is, what's great is it's going into my list of stuff to watch and listen to and enjoy and appreciate. So it's not just like I'm saying, here, check this out, and then I throw it back down and move on to the next thing. I'm actually living this here. So if I say I'm going to listen to an album, it may take me a couple of days. But then, I'm going to listen to the shit out of some albums. And I did. I got through my entire stack, which was like 10 deep of records to listen to. And now I'm adding to that pile again. And then I'll probably pick like Saturday or Sunday morning when I can sit out here, work on the computer, and then just go through album after album after album. Yeah. It's really cool. I really enjoyed that Saturday. And then, of course, last night I put on this CD, and it was so good. My wife's like, can we listen to this one next? And Natalie brought out the, what the hell was that? What the? Let me know if you see a spider dancing around right on my camera lens, right? Every once in a while I think I see a little shadow or something on the monitor. Because that camera is mounted right up over near the window by a bunch of house plants. And spiders are notorious for hanging out in house plants. So, and the house plant is like literally hanging right down in front of this camera over here. So, of course, that camera over there, could be that camera over there, you never know. Yeah. Spiders everywhere. Totally. Alright, totally. So anyway, you know what? I keep getting subscribers, and then I lose subscribers, and then I get subscribers, and then I lose subscribers. And I don't know what it is. It must be my personality. It must be my winning personality. Yeah. Some people get it. Most people don't. Most people don't. The people in my own family don't get it. Not this family. My wife and daughter, they get it. They get me. They understand why I am how I am and why I do this. It's good therapy. You ask them when I'm not doing this, I'm just kind of like, I'm here. But when I am doing this, I just have this new zest for life, you know. All right, back to this real quick here. This is a pack of Camel cigarettes, and it is unopened, all right? Do I smoke cigarettes? I wish. The only way I'd smoke a cigarette is if I found out I was going to die soon anyway. Then bring it on. I told my wife, bring on the cocaine. And she's like, what? You don't, what the, why would? And I said, what the hell? Cocaine, bring me some cocaine. The only bummer is that you can't find it that isn't laced with fentanyl, right? I mean, because literally, if I was going to die, and I knew, like, I'm on my deathbed, and I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do, right? I think back to Aldous Huxley, who said, give me some LSD, The dude checked out frying balls. Right? I mean, if you're going to go out, why not have a decent time doing it? You know? It couldn't hurt. It really couldn't hurt. But I think, you know, I don't know, I think my drug of choice would probably be cocaine and maybe a little bit of mushrooms and some pot. I'd probably want to taste a really good beer and a shot of something bracing. Brace yourself, it's coming. I don't know. I don't mean to make light. Well, I do. I do mean to make light of death, because that's what we do. We laugh in the face of death. Ha ha ha. We mask our fears with humor and have that nervous laughter. But that's cool. So, you know, what else would I want to do? I'd probably want to watch one of my favorite films. I would want to listen to my favorite music, you know, be surrounded by my family, my pets, who pretty much are my family. Yeah. Now, before I get that far gone, right, which we're all going to get there eventually. We're all going to be that far gone. Some of us are going to be there today, and others are going to be there next year, and others are going to be there in 20 years, right? You lucky bastards. So, you know, what are you going to do? It is what it is, son. So enjoy your time. Get close to those around you. Don't just live with them. Don't just go to work and come home every day and say, "Hi, honey, how you doing?" Live with them. Enjoy their presence. Make it so they enjoy your presence. Oh, God, he's home. Right? No, come on. Yay, he's home. Like that video I saw, these two teenage girls running outside and knocking each other down and beating each other up and tripping each other and pushing each other over to be the first one to get to Dad when he comes home, right? I don't know why. I mean, are they going to reach in his pockets and pull out his money and run away? I didn't watch the rest of the video. I'm not that mushy. Usually I buzz through videos like this, and I watch the first second and a half, 2 seconds of video. And if it doesn't catch me, that's it. I mean, I'm literally swipe, swipe, swipe. And that's me watching videos. And I do that for about 5 minutes, and I'm done. You know, I'm on Facebook less time. I go 1, 2, get rid of that one. 1, 2, get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that. Okay, now we're back to actual people. Nothing new. Goodbye. And that's it. That's me on Facebook. This is me on YouTube. Hello? All right. I'm going to heat this coffee. I don't know if I did, but I'm going to do it again because I like it hot. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And then we'll talk about the week to come. So, like, we're going to talk about Pink Floyd The Wall today, but on some other day, we may actually sit and talk about Pink Floyd and, you know, probably more importantly, talk about my Pink Floyd record collection, because I've also got not just LPs. I don't have any CDs of Pink Floyd. I have only a small stack of CDs. I'm not a CD guy. If it's something that I really want and I can't find it anywhere else, I'll get it on CD. Like most of my CDs are Big Sandy and his Fly Right Boys, because that was the only way I could find his stuff. I did find one of his albums on his very first record on LP, and it's unopened, and it's an original printing. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Vienna. Coffee, bong hits. So today we're pretty much just going to talk about Pink Floyd The Wall and my Pink Floyd The Wall experiences. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Kung Fu, the TV series. Kung Fu, the TV series. David Carradine, I'm sorry. David Carradine. A great series, very unusual series, very different for its time, and there's a lot of behind-the-scenes shit with this. So we'll get into that, and we'll see if we can pull something up to look at. On Wednesday, on Old Time Radio Wednesday, we are going to be discussing Lights Out, Arch Obler's Lights Out, everybody. It was a great anthology horror show. I first found that show when my father brought home a record from Tower Records entitled Lights Out, and it had 2 shows on it. Great record, and we'll check that one out. On Thursday, we are going to look back at the Principle of Moments concert from 1983 that I attended with my brother. We'll also look at some Mel Mac stuff, go through my box, my Thursday box, and see what I picked up at the thrift shops. I've got a box of 8-track tapes, cartridges that we're going to look at, and we'll try to look at a new box every week. And then when we run out of boxes, we'll just get into stacks, because that's always fun. Let's see. And on Friday, we are going back to the 7th grade, and we are going to talk about ditching and bullies and finding out what punk rock is. And yeah, we'll also take a look at Budman. And once again discuss Vienna. So I saw Vienna at El Cid this past, several months back. Or I think it was last year, actually. In October? Man. Time is fun when you're having flies. So, yeah, so my daughter and I went and saw Vienna. And I was so, taken by the whole stage presence and the music that I had to run backstage and find this guy. And very nice dude. Went over and bought the CD, and then ran over and got his autograph, and then I had to hit him up later because I forgot to get a photo. So I had to run over and get a photo with the dude. And it was pretty cool. Come on. There we go. All right. Hey, there it is. There you go. There you are. There you have it. So let me get a bong hit together here. Why? Because man, when I wake up in this morning, I'm pretty connected to my pain. So I know there's a lot of you out there going, hey man, he's got a drug problem. He just won't admit it. No, I admit fully that I got a situation going on here. You know, my life is my life. And I enjoy how I live my life because I know that it's ultimately my fucking life, right? I know there's a lot of people out there who would like me to conform and fall into the way they want to think, and they want the rest of the world to think just like them. But to those people, I say, go to hell, go fuck yourself. You know, you do what you. I'll be totally happy with you doing whatever the hell you want to do with your life, as long as you afford me the same courtesy. Let me do what the fuck I want to do. I ain't hurting nobody. You know, somebody asked me, dude, should I start smoking? I was like, no. You start smoking and you're an idiot. I started smoking back when like smoking was cool and hip, and now vaping, which is another stupid thing. Now that's hip and cool, right? No. If I was like that, my daughter would smoke. My wife would smoke, you know, because I'd be doing it right there in their presence. So they would have no choice. They'd be getting like secondhand shit, you know. Nah. When I smoke pot, I do it in my own little area, and I ventilate the area, you know. And then it's up to the other people, you know. It's like, here, this is what Papa's in there smoking, you know. Leave him alone, unless you want to get in there and get a contact buzz. And, you know, sometimes when my daughter's, you know, not doing well because of she'll sit and hang out with me while I'm getting high, get a little contact going. She's more apt to use the gummies now because, you know, the hell, she's an adult. So, you do whatever the hell she wants. I don't force her to live by my rules, you know. I don't put rules on anyone. I don't have rules, you know. I have things that you could do to be courteous, you know, but that's about it. You know, hey, it'd be nice if you did this, because that's nice and courteous, but otherwise, you know, do whatever the hell you want. It's your life. You want to go through life being an asshole? Be an asshole. You want to go through life being a nice guy? Be a nice guy. I don't care. It's not me. It's you. Right? But then you get people like the government and official people and people of authority, you know. Teachers pretty much teachers and police start that ball rolling, so that by the time we're adults, you either are not into authority, or you're so brainwashed by authority that once you get to a certain level, you can then have authority over other people. Are just like, oh God, I can't wait till I'm the teacher. I can't wait till I'm the cop. I can't wait till I'm in charge and I can point my big fat finger down at people. That's kind of what I see when it comes to authority. I could never be a good boss or supervisor, because I was just one of the guys, and I was just working with the guys. And when it came time to crack the whip, you know, hey, it's on you. You can fuck up today or you cannot fuck up today. I'm not going to tell the boss. Your actions are going to lead you right to the boss's face when he says, you know. So that's kind of how I was a team leader, a supervisor. You know, I would just remind people, hey, hey. And of course, a lot of people would just take advantage of that. Oh man, he's so easy. All he says is hey, right? And then it would come down to, I'd have to go to the boss, and I'd have to go to the boss and say, hey. And he'd go, oh, hey. You know, and then the guy's getting the shit can. He's going, hey. It's the way it is. Hey, what do you say? I don't know. What are you talking about, dude? Dude. So anyway, the only Pink Floyd shirt I wear. My Orange Crush hat. It was funny. Right when I looked at the camera or the monitor and saw my Orange Crush hat, it's like, I can't see my Orange Crush hat. And as soon as I thought Orange Crush, the movie bumper that was playing that says, try an ice cold refreshing Orange Crush. Yeah. Is that how you supervise? You just say hey? Yeah, I'm just a hey guy. I mean, I should have a shirt that just says hey with a question mark. And one on the back that says hey with an exclamation point. Exclamation, not explanation. Exclamation. What nation? Under God, indivisible. What about the hoopla, the uproar over that, whether or not to use God in school? Well, when I was a kid, you had to separate church and state, right? In order to keep an equal balance, you had to keep things separate, right? Don't involve emotions and religion and all of this stuff in decision making for other people other than yourself, because then you're putting your spin on it. If you put a religious spin on it, then you're putting a spin on it that a lot of the population may not be into, right? And it's hilarious now that it's just so much everywhere, right? And it really shouldn't be. It should be in the home, it should be in the family, it should be in the church, but it should not be in the government. Period. You know? Oh my God, I'm unsubscribing. He's anti-religion. Once again, people, you're not getting it. You're just not getting it. Hey. No, I'm all for doing whatever you want to do. Just don't force it on others. And having it in the government, having it in the schools, is forcing it on those who may or may not want it. Period. Keep it separate. Keep it out. You know? That's just the way it should be. It should be separate. You know? And if you don't want it to be separate, we have tons of private schools and private organizations and businesses and stuff that you can then kind of... We have entire states, all right, in this country that are all about a religion or religions. So go there, you know. Did he say that I have to move? No. I'm just saying that if you want it completely surrounding you, there are places and communities, and if that's what you want, go door to door and turn your own frickin' community into it. See how far that gets you. Oh, God, he's at the door again. Don't pretend like we're not home. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I got it. God, I had that thing stuck in my teeth forever. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, it's all... Come on. Come on. We can all be different. That's what makes us the same, is that we're all different. That's what should unite us, is our differences, right? Like the Amish can go build houses for people on the other side of the country because they can. Not because they choose that those people are worthy of our help, which usually is what happens, right? Like, we won't help those people, right? How much, usually it's all over the place, right? How much right now, all you see are videos. Fake videos and real videos, tragic videos, untragic videos, stupid videos, horrifying videos of the Thailand earthquakes. Because after that, there's nothing. You don't see any videos, or at least I haven't, swipe, of let's help Thailand now. It's like they're on their own, right? It's like they're not worthy of help, so we're not going to just look the other way. What's that all about? If it were you know, any kind of other countries, yeah, there would be stuff all over. Help now. Send money. Send help. You know, there would be planes filled with people going over there to help rebuild. And now, you can hear crickets chirping. So what's up with that? You know, it's like, well, we can't afford it this time. Now we used our shit up on the fires. That's it. So we're still helping those people. So they'll have to wait. I don't pretend to understand how countries and governments rationalize what they do. And where the hell's FEMA? And what's FEMA been doing? Right? You never hear anything about FEMA anymore. It's like they got a broken FEMA. I don't know. I don't know what it is. They're trying to stay low profile, man. If we don't hit the news, then there's no news is good news. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know, man. I don't. I really don't. So, I haven't done a video time machine for this week. I'm kind of waiting to see how this week plays out here on the show and in real life, so that I can kind of... Now, speaking of video time machine, hey Joey, have you watched any of the video time machines lately? If you watched the last few, especially this last one, episode 7, I keep throwing stuff in there for you. Pretty cool stuff that I keep digging up. So you should check it out. Now, in the video time machines, when I put the video time machines on YouTube, I don't put in the description what is in the show. That would be too easy for people to look through the list and go, nah, I'm not going to watch that. No. You're going to have to watch it in order to know what's in it. So, yeah, watch episode 7, season 2, the last episode that I've done. It just came on Friday. Watch that one. Yeah. There's a little something in there for you. So I'm trying, and then if you go back after that and go back and watch 6 and 5 and 4 and watch season 4. Yeah. Because I've been really trying to branch out in finding elements for the show. So I'm not just sticking to American film and television. I'm branching out, hint, hint. So it should be kind of fun. It should be kind of fun. And I'm just going to keep it up. The more I find, the more I'm going to slice off and stick into the shows. My plan is to do about 30-something or 40-something episodes. I want to do an episode a week, but I don't think I'm going to do a whole year's worth. I think there's going to be weeks where I'm off and I don't do an episode. So we'll see. Update on the microphone situation. I spent 2 days sitting at my computer and I didn't get any technical stuff done. My computers both went through updates, but other than that, I did nothing. Basically, what I did over the last couple of days was load up another week of programming for May. So I've got 5 educational films to load up for the 3rd week in May. And then I'll be loading up the 4th week in May sometime during this week. So I go ahead 2 weeks and then I lose a week because now I'm in that week. So, you know, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But that's cool, as long as I stay ahead. At some point, I'm going to take a big chunk of time and every day load up, load up, load up, load up, so that by the time I get to August 1st, I'm loaded up into September or October, because August is going to be pretty busy. If I'm still here, it'll be pretty busy. So I'm planning on being busy. Friday, I was supposed to take the van to the mechanic to get a diagnosis. The computer light is on, so that hopefully will help the diagnosis. Also on Friday, Sam, our dog, started acting weird. The night before, he was achy and jumped and squealed a couple of times when he was touched. So I didn't know what had happened. Did he fall? Did he eat something? Does he just having a stomach ache, some gas? Because he don't know how to fart. So I got worried about him, and I was like, okay, well, let's not go to the mechanic in case we have to take him to the vet. I'd sell the frickin' van to make sure that he was okay. So we didn't do anything. I just sat on the couch with him all day and went and took a nap, and then I woke up from the nap and he was fine. So I think this morning we are going to call and make an appointment again. Also, we're switching insurance. We were with like Geico or something, and they kept raising our rates for no reason. It's not like we have tickets or accidents. So we decided, you know, we're going to switch. We're going to switch back to where we had it before and get a better deal there. So there you go. So we got to call and deal with that today because they're going to bill us on the 15th, and we don't want to get billed by the old guys, just the new guys. Yeah. So that's what's kind of been going on here. And of course, as you know, the first part of my show is kind of the monologue, good morning section of the show, where we just, hang out. Quote for the day. I'm just making this up off the fly. Live your life. Don't live others' lives. Or mind your own fucking business, right? It's your life, live it. It's their life, let them live it. And so on and so on and so on, right? Worry about yourself. If your life is so much about worrying about what others are doing and controlling others, you need some internal reflection, and you need to find out what the fuck is wrong with you that you need to be in control of others, right? I'm just saying. So figure it out, people. Okay, so Pink Floyd, The Wall. 1979. I remember when it came out because, like I said, I had seen the behind-the-scenes documentary that was like on PBS or something, and it was really weird. And I think I have it here on my computer somewhere. It was really weird, and they talked to the Roger Waters and David Gilmour, and they showed a lot of the movie behind the scenes. And it was weird stuff because the stuff that they were shooting during the making of this documentary was like the children in the village, in the town, with the marching and the stuff and the school. And so they were shooting the kids' stuff at that point. So that was really heavy in the documentary, I believe. Which was neat because I was in school and I was bullied by the adults as well as the kids. So, yeah, which reminds me back to 7th grade, which is about the age of the kids in the movie Pink Floyd The Wall. Yeah. And then after that, my father brought home the album after we had seen that documentary. And he was a regular in Hollywood. He would leave us in Temecula, and he and my mother would go to Hollywood. And he'd drop her off at work, and then he'd just do his thing in town, on the Strip and on the various places around Hollywood where he could make some money. So, and on occasion they would take us with them to Hollywood, and we would spend all day and all night in Hollywood doing that Hollywood thing. Sometimes we'd be packed into the car and left on a street somewhere, on a side street, and be told, quiet, just sit in the car quietly and pretend you're not there. And of course we wouldn't. As soon as he'd walk away around the corner, we'd be all fucking around and loud. And if we were lucky, we were in the van. He'd leave us alone in the van. He'd leave us alone at the swap meet if we were in, like, my grandmother's car. But boy, those days, Hollywood. So one of his trips to Hollywood, he, of course, he frequented. Is that it? Yeah. Tower Records. From a long time ago, long before that, he would go to the Tower Record on Sunset. So we had a lot of records. In fact, my collection here started from the remnants of that collection. A couple of dozen, maybe 3 or 4 dozen records. That was it. Just one crate full of records. And that was all that was left. And I took what was left, which was mainly old-time radio and stuff that he had gotten from Tower Records. But all of the good stuff had been scavenged. So I got the scraps. So from the scraps, I rebuilt what I'd remembered about that collection. This Pink Floyd The Wall was part of my brother's collection that had, like, Rush and Led Zeppelin and a whole bunch of other stuff at the time. My collection was like the Cars, Kenny Rogers, Crystal Gale, stuff like that. My sense of taste was a little bit askew. My brother was hardcore rock and roll, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin. He was just hard stuff. So I've tried to replace the family's collection from back then. I've got a lot of the records that my brother had. I got a lot of the records my father had, a lot of the ones that I had. So I've just tried to build them up. I remember in our big giant 1976 Dodge Maxi van. It was huge. It was real long. The longest Dodge van they made. Didn't have a bubble top on it, but it was super long. And it had a big couch bed in the back. It had 2 seats in the middle. It also had room for a console with a refrigerator and a TV built into that behind the driver's seat. And then you could install tables, turn the chairs in the middle around and face them toward the couch and put a table in the middle. And everybody could sit around that. Or you could spin those chairs back around, spin the front captain's chairs around, and put a table there. So you could have people sitting in 4 chairs up front around a table and have the couch have people, or have it made into a bed and somebody back there asleep, pull a curtain, go to sleep. So it was a really neat van. We actually got it in like 1978. And we got it with the money from one of my father's accident settlements. He almost got destroyed on his motorcycle back in 1977. And then a month later, in a car that he bought for a few $100s from some of the insurance money, same exact accident in the same exact place, lady pulled out in front of him. It was worse on the motorcycle. But, yeah, twice in the same spot. 2 female drivers, both female drivers were putting on their makeup or doing their hair or something, and just pulled right out in front of him. And both times he saw what happened, why they weren't paying attention, and there was nothing he can do about it. On the motorcycle, he smacked right into that driver's door and flipped over on this motorcycle, smacked into the driver's door and flipped over her car. When he flipped over, his right arm went through the passenger door window, and he flipped over the car. And as he flipped over the car, his arm went through the window and then was yanked almost completely loose. All right, it was dangling by tendons, his arm. And then he and his dangling arm flipped over the car and landed on the other side on the asphalt. His boots had slipped off and had turned nearly backwards. So he's laying on the ground, and he looks at his right arm. His hand is crushed because it went through the glass, right? His arm is dangling there, and blood is squirting. He said that he looked down and he saw his boots, and they were turned backwards, so he thought, all right, he lost his arm, he's got 2 broken legs, and this arm, the wrist is damaged because of the amount of the impact that it sustained when he hit the ground. And his back is fucked up, and his neck is fucked up. So he's laying on the ground, squirting blood, figure he's dying. Of course, somebody showed up to help him and make sure that he didn't bleed out. And he don't remember that, but he does remember waking up in surgery, telling the surgeon, "Do not amputate my arm." And the surgeon said, "But you're not gonna be able to use it." And he said, "I made it through Vietnam, and I didn't lose that arm. I ain't gonna lose it now." And he said, "All right, but we're gonna have to." And he said, "Listen, dude, you don't understand. I'm leaving here with all my parts. Whether or not they are functioning is my problem. Put them back on." That's all he says. Put them back on. I'm leaving here whole. And they did. And they told him that he was never going to be able to use that arm again. And within a couple of weeks, he was moving that arm. You're never going to be able to use that hand again. Within weeks, he was using that hand. You're never going to be able to use that finger, the finger that was completely stripped off of the bone, right? And they wanted to amputate. he used that till the day he died perfectly. So don't let the doctors be fucking lazy. That's one of those things early on that made me think, what the fuck? What is their job? To just get out of shit? You know? Do it. Just fucking do it. Just do it. Put my arm back on. Do it. Just do it, motherfucker. Do it. I'll worry about whether or not it works anymore. And he dragged that arm around forever. Within 2 years, he was doing everything he was doing before. Within a year, within a month, he was driving again because he had to go back to school and catch up. He was going to UCSD, and we were living in Fallbrook, and my mom was working in Hollywood. He was all about driving. Yeah. Yep. So, from those accidents, from some of that money, we got this big Dodge van, and we used to drive around listening to The Wall in Temecula, California, where we lived at the time. And we weren't listening to the record. We were listening to the radio because it was all over KMET all the time. And it was great. And wouldn't you know it, because KMET would be like concert, sponsors and shit. KMET presents, Pink Floyd at the Forum and that kind of shit. And you could win tickets. That's how we won tickets to the Rolling Stones, was from KMET, driving down the freeway, 1978. At that point, still driving my grandmother's Pontiac, I believe. A blue or red Pontiac. It wasn't until years later that I saw Pink Floyd, the movie. And the movie pardon me. The movie cast Bob Geldof, Christine Hargreaves as Pink's mother, and of course Pink is Bob Geldof. Pink's father is James Lawrenson. Pink's wife, Eleanor David. Young Pink, Kevin McKeon. He's really good in that. Rock and roll manager, Bob Hoskins, the only real notable name in here later. Little Pink, David Bingham. American groupie, Jenny Wright. Now, Jenny Wright, she's you want to take a bath? She's really good. She does a lot of stuff after this. Most notably, I remember seeing her again way later in Young Guns 2 as the girl that gets driven out of town, and she strips down naked and hops on a horse. That's a great scene. Teacher, great job, is Alex McAvoy. That's English doctor, Ellis Date. Lover, James Hazeldine. And then it's got a list of all of the songs. 95 minutes long. This came out in 1982. And this package here, this Betamax, came out a year later in 1983. And it's an all-out attack on the senses, says the New York Times. It is a great cinematic marvel. I like how they didn't just take the soundtrack or the album and turn it into the soundtrack. Everything on the album is here and more, and it's done anew, especially for the film. So there's more sounds. It has more depth, because not only are you hearing the sounds, but now you're putting those sounds in the music to actual their visual counterparts, and it's beautiful. It is a beautiful thing. If you have a chance, watch Pink Floyd The Wall, because you can. You just do it. You got to just do it. You have to, because you must. How's that? Yeah, so there you go. There you have it. There it is. Right there in front of you. Pink Floyd, The Wall, on record and tape and Betamax. I actually have Pink Floyd The Wall on 8-track somewhere. I don't know exactly. It's got to be in a box of Pink Floyd stuff. Yeah. So when I dig into my Pink Floyd collection, we'll have to check out all of the different things. Let me put in my notes here. Pink Floyd collection for next week. Pink Floyd collection. There we go. So we'll take a look at that because I got a lot of LPs and 8-tracks and stuff. And I'm going to try to use as many of my props as I can muster up, because sometimes I'll think of something and then I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot, I've got all of these things over here, so because I have just got so much crap, I don't know where everything is or even what I have. So yeah, that's where I need, like, my wife says, you need a secretary. I do. I need like an assistant / secretary, Every once in a while, Sam or Oliver is up here in my chair, and I'm like, all right, you're hired. That's cold. Oh, man, that's cold, dog. That's totally cold, dog. All right. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. I got to heat up this coffee. Where am I at? Oh, okay, we're here. So here's my cup for the day. This is from the Eeyore collection. I have a collection of Eeyore coffee mugs. My wife hates it, of course, but my coffee cup collection keeps growing. It's one of those things that's been growing since we were dating. I think when we were dating, I got my first Eeyore or Winnie the Pooh coffee mug when we were working together, I believe. And the collection has been growing slow and steady since then. And I've got, I want to say several dozen coffee mugs. Quite a lot. Most of them are novelty coffee mugs with something cutesy on them. Some of them are like the old floral pattern teacups, coffee cup things. But I really love the old flowered ones because they're just so pretty. I've got several of those. They're just awesome. Awesome sauce! Totally. So it's kind of bright in here, but this is my my Orange Crush hat. No, it's not orange. When I got it, I saw it and it said Crush, and I'm like, wow, Pineapple Crush? And it said orange. I'm like, why isn't the hat orange? But the Orange Crush thing on the hat is orange. So I guess that takes care of that. Let's see. What else do I want to say about Pink Floyd The Wall? It's a cool movie. Watch it. Yeah. My job is not to teach. My job is to inform and show people where these doorways are. All right? Because they are time travel doorways, okay? So I'm your guide, but I'm not your teacher. I'm just here to show you something and then say, here, it's your turn to play with it. All right? So if we can get some of these items in your hands. That would be cool, right? And on occasion, you know, I might decide, hey, if you like this, you know, give me your address and I'll send it to you. Because I got so much, you know. The 8-track tapes and the 45s alone are things that I have so many of that I'm totally open to sharing, right? And then I can also point you in the right direction of things that you can actually acquire for yourself. So all you need to do is go to pinkfloyd.com and you can find all of these Pink Floyd records there. I purchased my Pink Floyd collection locally and on the internet. I used eBay a lot. There is an eBay record store that I have purchased dozens of records from and have gotten great deals on those said records. Buying 3 and getting a 4th for, like, you know, 35% off and 50% off and shit. Yeah, it's pretty cool. My daughter's into collecting records now. She and I right now are... Now, if it was just records that we were buying, like, new, she might have me whooped. Right? But I've got thousands of records, so she's not trying to compete with me as far as purchasing records. But as far as quality goes, I mean, she gets some great stuff, newer, older, really old. I think as far back as she goes, it's like 95, and then she'll dabble in the 80s, right? But I've pretty much got it taken care of from the 80s on back. On back is pretty much into the 1800s. So I got a lot of shit to listen to. But her interest, musical interest, starts in like 95, middle of the 90s. And which is where I stopped listening to music in the middle of the 90s. And slowly just gave it up. I even stopped listening to the radio, you know. I was just like burned out. It was just, music wasn't fun anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee and bong hits. Bong hits. Have a cigarette, Johnny. Yeah. Totally. Totally. So I will be putting in the morning show description kind of what we're doing every day. In the title. But I'm not going to get into itemizing each show because it's kind of, you know, just going to happen. However it's going to happen. I don't have my TV on back here. Let's go ahead and put it on for the last, whatchamacallit of the show. Let's see, I'll put that on, and then I'll put this on, and then I'll do that. I'll just put that on because that's today. It's the movies, man. Wow. No, really. My life is this boring. On Tuesday, tomorrow, the 4 o'clock movie is called This Child is Rated X. And it is about bad kids who wind up in the criminal justice system, the juvenile criminal justice system, which is where I was really on my way toward as a kid. I would, in the middle of class, if the teacher did something or said something that was offensive to me, I'd freak the fuck out on them. I wouldn't hold back. If you're going to bully me, fuck you, you know. And I'd get into trouble, of course, because they were in charge and they were of authority, and assume they could just do whatever the fuck they wanted, and then just say, he's just a rat. Don't believe him. He's just a liar. So, you know, and then of course at home I was a crybaby. So I was kind of bullied wherever I went until I became a teenager. And actually it was 7th grade and ditching that toughened me up and showed me that it was okay for me to say fuck you to authority, even my own family. And that kind of changed me. So Thursday, wow, we're going to have fun talking about that. I mean, sorry, Friday. Yeah. So, let's see. At some point, we're going to talk about this movie behind me, Over the Edge. I got my fan in the way there. That's probably my favorite year or favorite movie of, I don't know, I'm going to say 82 or 83, because when we first saw it at my friend's house on HBO, never made it to the theaters. And, I got a little glitchy there, but I couldn't see any technical difficulties there. Was I gone? Did I disappear? Anyways. Yeah, man. Alright. It's about time we drink some more coffee, do some more bong hits, and then take a look at the TV guide. And we're going to see what we watched over the weekend, and then we're going to see what's happening today on Monday. No, really. And it's a thing we're going to do every day. It's totally Television Tuesdays is when we're going to actually talk in depth about TV. And as we look to see what's happening over the weekend that just was, back in 79. Oh, wow. It'd be great if that Pink Floyd documentary was in here somewhere. That would be great. So, not only are we going to be looking to see what's happening this week, we're going to be jotting down notes for things to talk about. So, this week and the next. And then maybe squeeze something from this week's TV guide into the video time machine. In the video time machine, we'll probably look at stuff like The Wall and Kung Fu and Lights Out and try to bring those and tie the whole thing together. The video time machine be tied with the morning show and the old time radio that's happening and the movies that are happening. And yeah, it's just a good thing. It's just a good thing. It totally is. It's totally a good thing. Memories. TV brings back a lot of memories for me because TV was like one of my closest, dearest friends growing up. If we had a TV or if I was near a TV, I'd wait until everybody was gone or asleep and I would just be glued in front of that fucking TV. You know, and mainly it was old movies, old PBS documentaries, old TV shows, old stuff. So even when I was young, I was kind of detached from the present and looking back, which is why you see Felix the Cat and Betty Boop, Bosco. You see these in the Video Time Machine, and a lot of other things that I was into in the Video Time Machine. Things that really grabbed my interest back then. So those Video Time Machines are really important to me because they're like a capsule, a time capsule of things that I was into back then. You know, even the old American Barn Dance TV show that I use for the music. Every once in a while, I'll grab a little music video and do that. That kind of music, that old-timey country western music, is real special to me because at the swap meet in Lake Elsinore back in the 70s and 80s called the Peddler's Village, there was a place right in the middle of Peddler's Village that had loudspeakers, and it would play old country western music, Bob Wills, Hank Williams, just the old, really good classic stuff. And I used to just sit there forever and listen to it. Some of the first music I learned to play on the guitar was stuff like Bob Wills, I think it was Jelly Roll, and Poor Old Kalijah, and, you know, stuff that you could just, you know, hit and fiddle. It's just great stuff, old stuff. The guitar, at some point, I am going to be pulling the guitar out and kind of fiddling with it a little bit every day. Yeah. Right now, no. Mainly because of the chair situation. I've got arms on this chair, and it doesn't swivel, and it's really hard to just sit in it and play the guitar. One leg up, cross-legged, both legs down, and be able to spin myself easily, and be able to rest my arms and play the guitar without bumping into an armrest. So fingers crossed that I'm going to get a new chair soon, and then we can get back into the whole guitar thing. I've kind of been staying away from it because of the singing, but more and more I feel like I got to get back into the music thing here, you know. I do. It's breaking my heart that I don't have my own musical creative imagination thing going on in my own life, you know. So, which makes it harder to listen to other music and sing along too. Had my teeth in yesterday. My gums are still sore. I took them and polished them up, but I think I missed a spot because the same spot is still sore. Actually, I put them in and they were sore for a little while, and then they got to where they were fine. And I was working, and about 20 minutes into work, I was just fine with them. And then later on, after we got back from the store, it was like, all right, I need to get them out. My neck started to hurt because they were just grabbing me. So my goal is to eventually get them to feel comfortable enough to wear them every day, at least a couple of hours, and then eventually wear them all day, so I can get used to speaking and then eventually maybe singing. I don't think that I'm ever going to be able to eat with them, but, you know, never say never. Never say never. All right, just about ready to get into the TV guide situation here. What do you think? Ooh, you're going to sleep now. Right on, Joey. Peace. love, respect. Take it easy. Have a good sleep. Have fun at work. I'm playing Minecraft tonight. Stop by and say hello. I'm going to be playing some more Grateful Dead. So, you know, have a good one, bruh. Take it easy, dude. See you later. Well, where were we? Oh, right. We were going to look at the TV guide. TV guide now. The TV guide now. Let's see. And we will do this. This is Quincy and his boss. Quincy and his boss. Yeah. So this is from April 14th to April 20th, 1979. And I love these because these aren't allowed anymore, at least I don't think. Are they? I thought they were outlawed in magazines and advertising, commercials and everything. But maybe I'm wrong. Showing them actually smoking it. Well, what's the point if you're not going to smoke it, right? 1980 Chevy Citation. I think my grandfather had one of those. Let's see. And we've got I'm looking at a story here in TV Guide, and this is Caught Red-Handed by Television, and it's a story about somebody getting busted on the night of July 28th, 1977, and apparently they did a deal for plastic explosives. Wow. So there you go. Back when there was a magazine called TV Guide, and it was very informative. It didn't just tell you what was going on in TV. It was like Playboy. Playboy wasn't just about TNA. It had a lot of heavy. I should try to dig up some old Playboy magazines. Do I have any? Crap, I don't know. Totally. So here's a good, another cigarette ad here. Here we go for Cool. Menthol Super Light 100s. Oh, and they've got little Salem here. Salem Lights and True. And what the hell is that one? Some other funky cigarette brand, right? But what's really cool is it's doing a thing on no matter where the TV addict wanders, the show goes on, and it has that's Sammy Davis Jr. in his studio with some TVs around him. If you look at Bob Hope in his big nose golf cart, it's a big golf cart that's got his face on it. There's a TV in there, right? And that would be in Palm Springs, near his Palm Springs home, which I have actually been right to. I haven't been in, but I've been right to it. I did some work on a house right next to it, which is pretty cool. All right, now check this out. The Toyota Corolla 2-door for $37.48. That is a really bitchin' car. That is a bitchin' car. Very, very cool. Look at the back of this magazine here. There's another cigarette ad. Winston's. Good old Winston Filter 100s. Yeah, you gotta love them Winstons. You gotta. Just do it. Just do it. Just love those. Just do it. Love them. All right, another cigarette ad. All right, this is from Moore. 100s and more menthol light 100s. I had friends whose mothers smoked the more menthol light 100s and the menthol and the regular ones. So we got accustomed to smoking those because we would, of course, pilfer them from Mom's cigarette pack. And then we've got some State Farm insurance and lose 50 pounds, shave off his hair. So there's an ad here for the co-star, or a piece here for the co-star of Quincy, his boss. Okay, here we go. The 79 Ford Pinto. Look at that. Isn't that great? Totally. Oh, I like this camera better, I think. Yeah. I think I like it. And yet another cigarette ad. So here we go. I never heard of this one before. Golden Lights. Yeah, at least they're not smoking, right? And what do we got? Oh, now we're cooking. Yeah. This is my favorite. I used to love this. Columbia House records and tapes. You know, 13 records or tapes for a penny. As long as you buy, 6 of them at the regular cost, which is like a little bit more than the other ones, or at a store, right? But they were usually a great deal, where you could, if you did the deal and you bought all the records and then you bought the ones you were supposed to purchase, it was still a great fucking deal, right? I got a bunch of cassettes and records from Columbia House. Oh, here's another one. That's the second page. Ah, my coffee. All right, here we go. And yeah, here we are. Think about it loud. Talk to me later. It's got a list of this week's movies here, but most especially, it's got Vantage cigarettes, because it's another cigarette ad. Wow. Pioneer on 2nd Avenue. It's a Neil Simon play. Cold Turkey. With 6 you get egg roll. $1 billion threat. Fleetwood. It is a advertisement for Fleetwood trailers, travel trailers, manufactured housing. Oh, so it's like a mobile home. That's pretty cool. Of course, they make it look really comfy and cozy. It's a, yeah. What they don't show you is that after a couple of years, it just starts to fall apart. Transplant, another movie. The Last Hurrah, with Carol O'Connor. Hard Times, Charles Bronson. And Sports Schedule. What else do we got here? And now we are into the first day of the week for TV Guide, which is Saturday morning. Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, Voice of Agriculture. Voice of Agriculture. I think I actually seen that before. Sesame Street, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Fang Face, Fantastic Four cartoons, Marlowe and the Magic Movie Machine, childhood photos of Paul Lynde, and a look at Albert Einstein's career. Oh, that sounds neat. That sounds cool. Of course, it sounds cheesy and educational for a kid. I wouldn't want to watch it. Fuck that. Well, that's cold. Remind me to heat that up before I drink anymore. Okay, so we're looking, this is Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Basically, we're looking for movies and or TV shows or documentaries or stuff that we can try to find, and my post-it is over there, so I'll have to use a little bit of this one here. Okay, Batman, Part 1, Catwoman, Julie Newmar. Ooh. The Escape of the One-Ton Pet. It's a bull calf, okay? The old Tarzan there. American Bandstand. Arpeggio, Love and Desire. Edwin Starr, Contact and Don't Waste Your Time. Cousteau Odyssey, Jacques Cousteau, at 11:30 in the morning on Saturday, April 14th, 1979. That's great. That was a show that I used to like to watch. Okay, TV Movie Guide is, this is continued. Doesn't look like there's anything of any interest. Beat the Devil, Humphrey Bogart. Yeah, Harry Black and the Tiger. Assignment K. Drive-In. Drive-In. Yeah. Get Carter. Pimpernel Smith. Okay. Well, let's see what else is happening on Saturday afternoon here. Space Academy. Back when we really thought we were doing space travel back then, right? More Cousteau Odyssey. Dementia 13. That's a Francis Ford Coppola movie. I think it's first feature. Fat Albert. How to cure a habitual moocher is the problem facing the gang. I remember that. Sha-na-na. Little Anthony sings Shimmy Shimmy Cocoa Pop. Sha-na-na's numbers include I Got Rhythm, Stout-Hearted Men, Old Man River. Little Anthony is the guest. A lot of people guest starred on that show, Sha-na-na. I've got some Sha-na-na on record and on 8-track. Maybe even on 45. 1969, The Fakers, a violent tale of the FBI versus American Nazis. Mark John Gabriel, Brand, Broderick Crawford. He's kind of old in this. Broderick Crawford. Let's see here. Journey to Adventure. Explores a volcanic mountain and the Galapagos Islands there. There you go. Movie Night Key, 1937. Boris Karloff seeks revenge. The new type of burglar alarm. Okay. Doesn't really grab me by the you know what I'm saying. Ironside. Pop goes to the country. Championship fishing, women's tennis, TJ and Amigos, that Nashville music, Lordy, Lordy, Lord, Lordy, Lordy, Lord. Our Last Frontier, the Sea, Undersea Explorations. Easter Is cartoon, animated story about Benji, a boy desperately searching for his stolen dog. There we go. Leslie Uggams. Uggams. She was all over this TV Guide situation, right? Come On Cowboys. The Three Musketeers. Yeah. Finian's Rainbow. It's an okay movie. It's kind of goofy. Let's see. Sunscribed. Sunscorched. A small Missouri town in the 1870s terrorized by murderous outlaws. Mark Stevens. Stevens. Not him. Let's see. What else do we have? Saturday afternoon. Wild Kingdom. A look at efforts to avoid crop damage on Canadian farmlands caused by overuse of nearby refuge for migrating geese. So the geese are fucking with farming. They'll probably get rid of the geese. Yep, and then put up track homes after they chew up all of the land and can't use it anymore. That's the way they do it. And then once you can't farm anymore, well, you get stuff from the other countries because, well, you're just consumers anyway. Why do you need to be farmers? Oh, poor America. Don Fargo, Variety. Actor Donnie Most is featured. He solos on Temptation Eyes and joins Donna on Bye Bye Love. Donnie Most. He plays Ralph Malph on Happy Days. Let's see. Wide World of Sports. A lot of stuff going on. Don't want to get into that. I haven't seen many cigarette ads lately, have I? No. They gotta try to limit that when you're... Yeah, baby. Wonder Eraser. Whisks away old paint and varnish. Removes rust. Wow. It's just a big pumice block is all it is. That's all it is. But that's not a bad idea for sanding. Smooth surfaces, right? Use a big pumice block. Wow. Here we got an all-star launches, a special 2-hour Love Boat cruise. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. And who do we have on this 2-hour Love Boat cruise starting at 9, not getting over till 11? Sheesh. Edie Adams, Lola Falana, Barbie Benton, Audra Lindley. Audra Lindley was Mrs. Roper on Three's Company. David Burney. Meredith Baxter Burney was his wife, and she was the mother on Family Ties. Dick Martin, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Norm Crosby, no relationship to Bing Crosby. Donna Mills. Lorraine Day and Avery Schreiber. I wonder if I can get this there. There he is. That big mustached guy. Avery Schreiber was one of those. Yeah. One of those very cool faces on TV and movies, TV movies. He was in Second Chance with David Keith, and he played the newspaper guy, the very angry Jewish newspaper guy who wanted to just always tell the truth and get the truth out there. And he got the town in trouble because he would just start raging about stuff, which that's pretty much started the downfall of that town. So the Love Boat episode, there's that. Easter Parade movie, Fred Astaire, Judy Garland. I've probably seen that 3 or 4 times growing up. It was always on TV. And my father would always put it on because he loved Judy Garland. Chips. A TV news crew creates more havoc than the calamities they're covering. Okay. That is a weird episode. So there's this on Chips. There's this movie or television news crew that's following Ponch and John around and trying to catch them screw up and make them look like bad cops. During one of the shots, a car explodes, and shit goes flying up into the air. And just at that moment, the actors acting like a news crew were hiding behind the van during the explosion, seemingly safe, right? So that when, right as the explosion happened, they could zoom in past the explosion and see these actors come around the van with the cameras and act like they were there, right? Well, during the actual shooting of that episode, and when I discuss Chips, I'll bring up that episode and show you footage of that. During the actual shooting of that scene, something had caught on fire, some fabric or something flammable was coming down out of the sky that the news crew, the actors, didn't notice. And it came down right on top of the actor who was the cameraman, a big, tall gentleman, and burned the shit out of him. They kept the scene in the shot. They kept that shot. They kept the whole thing there. You can see him get burned. It's fucking crazy. And then a scene later, it's a completely different cameraman. And of course they blame it on the fact that the guy's got no morals and he'll do anything to get a story and a shot, which pretty much sums up the the TV guys, right? We better get this so we can get all the way through to Monday, to today. So we got BJ and the Bear. Greg Evigan plays BJ, a truck driver who's got a monkey co-pilot, right? That's a great show. We should look up some BJ and the Bear. I think I have some BJ and the Bear promo TV spot. Let's see if I can dig up an episode or something. Let's see. Super Train. Abe Vigoda, Lyle Waggoner, Zsa Zsa Gabor, and Peter Lawford. Oh, what a horrible movie that is. I love those kind of movies. Cheesy. Yeah, Dick Van Dyke, Cold Turkey. That's a weird movie where he tries to give up smoking cigarettes. Dick Van Dyke with a beard. And young with a beard. Nowadays, you see him with a beard. It's like, there's Dick Van Dyke. Our Daily Bread. Oral Roberts. Let's see. Austin City Limits. Nobody much there. Any good movies? Any good movies? Revenge, Gothic Horror Tales, Shelley Winters. I'm not a Shelley Winters guy. Rawhide, Gathering of Eagles, Left Hand of God, Dark Journey, Odyssey of Dobie Gray, Soap Factory Disco. Weird. Soap Factory Disco music. Let's see if we can find that. Soap Factory Disco. And Hauser's Memory, science fiction, made-for-TV Cold War thriller. David McCullum as a scientist who sends himself on a terrifying odyssey into the past. Susan Strasberg, Lily Palmer, Leslie Nielsen. There you go. Any movies on Sunday morning? Any good Sunday morning movies? Movie. Mr. Rogers, Electric Company. A lot of Easter stuff. Easter is this Easter Sunday? I think it's Easter Sunday. Yes it is. Love is a Ball, Glenn Ford, Ricardo Montalban, Hope Lang. Sounds kind of musical-ish. Movie. Some sports. Bruce Jenner reports for the sports world. Bruce Jenner. Yes, Bruce Jenner. The athlete. Henry Ford's America. Henry Ford II, chairman of the board of Ford Motor Company, talks about his grandfather. Wow. Back then, there was still a Ford at the head of the company. Boogity, 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 The Big Fisherman, based on a lot of inspiration. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of Easter stuff on today. Pat Boone and Family Easter Special. Peter, Nancy, and Randy. So, Peter, Nancy, and Randy. If you look at Nancy, she is the girl, the daughter of Captain Steubing on the Love Boat. She later becomes the daughter there. So there you go. There you go. And she's in that Pat Boone special there. Salute to Spring. Pat Boone special. Easter is cartoon. Star Trek. Kirk encounters a sophisticated killer, a talking metal cylinder programmed to destroy all life forms that don't meet its mechanical standards of perfection. Totally. What episode is that, you nerds? The Boy from Dead Man's Bayou. Mitch Vogel. Mitch Vogel, he played, the kid that came on the last season of Bonanza. And I believe he also played in, he was on some Little House on the Prairie too, right after that. The Boy from Dead Man's Bayou. I'll give it a whirl. The boy from Dead Man's Bayou. How do you spell Bayou here, just in case here? Bayou. Bayou. There you go. There you have it. Doris Day and Brian Keith. With 6, you get Egg Roll. That's actually a funny movie. Brian Keith is great. And Doris Day is always good. Forever Virginal. All in the Family. Let's see. We're ticking down here. We're not even to Monday yet. One Day at a Time. Masterpiece Theater. Just Friends. $1 Billion Threat. It's a James Bond thing. Sunday Weekend. Movie Icarus Children. No. Okay, Monday morning. The Pursuit of Happiness, 1971, Manhattan location. Michael Sarrazin. Michael Sarrazin is a pretty unique character. I think I have a movie on the channel of him as a young rebel guy. Educational film. Let's see. Any other movies? Movies. Monday morning. Here we are. $6 Million Man. Battle of the Planets. And then there's an ad here for Encyclopedia Britannica. And those are always fun. So I've got encyclopedias. So when we get to Thursday, I can ask, hey, anybody there? Give me something to look up in the old encyclopedia. Yeah, take that. Okay, 7 o'clock. We still have no good movie. Hollywood Squares, Barbie Benton, Paul Lynde, Martin Mull, Robert Fuller, Bonnie Franklin, and Denise Nicholas, George Gobel. Some regulars. Some newbies and some regulars. We've got National Cheerleading Championship, hosted by Joe Namath and Suzanne Summers. Aw. And then MASH at 9:30. Let's see. How the West Was Won. Neil Simon's Prisoner of a Second Avenue. China Girl is let's see, The Violin. No, Duffy, Offbeat Crime Tale. James Coburn, Duffy. And that is 1968. 1968. James Coburn. All right. And separate these things. Okay, well, we got a couple of things here. Lou Grant, which is the show that followed Mary Tyler Moore. Lawrence of Arabia. This Happy Breed, English, Noel Coward, 1944. Rockford Files, Macmillan and Wife. And then we move on to Tuesday morning. So that is the TV guide of the week, and the album of the week, and the movie of the day. Album of the day, movie of the day, yeah, there you go. I think we got time for one more swig off the coffee and another bong hit, and then I gotta say goodbye, because I got to do my my dailies. Got to do my daily stuff. I got to upload some stuff to YouTube, do a little bit of creating. Check out the new commercial if you can. Check it out. It's fun. Yeah. And then show up tonight, because tonight we're going to listen to some Grateful Dead and play some Minecraft and have a blast. And then, of course, tomorrow morning we're going to be talking about the TV show Kung Fu. David Carradine. It's a, I love this show, which is why we're talking about it. But there's a whole lot of stuff about it that you may not know. So this has been Monday Movie Memories here on Monday Movie Memories on mornings with me, Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out and sharing your morning with me. Or whenever you watch. Thanks for stopping by. You know what? Do whatever you want as far as liking and subscribing and stuff. I don't care. I do this for me. If you enjoy it, then you do. I hate people telling me what to do, so I won't tell you what to do. I just know when somebody tells me to do something, I'm like, I ain't ever doing that. Never. Never. All right, people. I am going to get my shit out of here and take off for the day. Because I gots to go. I gots to go. Let me go ahead and sign off here and say the usual adios. And, yeah. Thanks for stopping by, people. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. I want to wish you all happiness. All right. Once again, as usual, be nice to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else as well. Why? Because we're together on this, and it's nice, and it makes you feel good. If you can't do something for somebody else, then how do you feel good? All right, people, most especially stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. Thanks a lot. You're awesome.
You guys take it easy, man.
I will be back this evening for Minecraft. Remember not to forget to remember, which is what I have to tell myself. All right, people. Adios.